Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLM, so that's anti-multi-level marketing, and some true crime content here on this channel. So if any of that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stick around. In today's video, I am bringing you anti-MLM content, so of course, just as a disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only and just my opinions. Editing Monica here. I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much to Tuesday the 13th for becoming a patron and for Stephanie for becoming a channel member. In addition to that, thank you so much to all of you who support my channel by just giving it a view, a like, even a dislike, or engaging in the comment section below. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys a reaction video. It's going to be a mix of a bunch of different MLM reps from different companies. So we've got Q Sciences, we've got Arbonne, we've got It Works, I believe, Beachbody, all the things. They're all in here. Let's start off, actually, let me scooch over. So I'm gonna scooch over here. And the first one is from a Q Sciences rep. The post says, "This month, for the first time in Q history, we will have somebody that reaches the rank of Royal Diamond. She's fierce and humble. She's classy and gangsta. I must use this word a lot because it is no longer correcting me as a typo. She's loving and selfless. I thank God she is on my team. I admire her immensely, and she will outrank me in this company. Why am I excited? When Q rises, we all rise." Doesn't that sound a little culty? Just a little bit, allegedly, in my opinion. I can honestly say that this is not the same feeling at every company. The culture here is unique and special. I am talking to you if you feel alone and isolated on an island, working on ranking up on your own with no support and direct competition with your own upline. I am talking to you, the selfless, the classy, the loving, the inspirational, the supportive person that you are. We want you. That sounds to be a little bit of love bombing. We want to show you another way where you matter, where you will stand out and have your shot to the top. Do you wholeheartedly believe you will grow where you are currently planted, or will you be like said rep who had 1% curiosity and reach out to get your questions answered? Hashtag only at Q, boo. Of course, some of that seems to be kind of culty, a little bit of love bombing, all that kind of stuff that's in there. Then there's this one portion that says, "I can honestly say this is not the same feeling at every company. The culture here is unique and special." I have seen quite a number of Q Sciences reps say this, especially when I did my deep dive. The reason why I did a deep dive into it was because a few of you told me about a higher ranking Monate rep who had left Monate, and then Anti-MLM Advocate was the one that said, hey, she joined Q Sciences. I kind of figured she would join another MLM because there were MLM-ish type posts on her feed when people told me about that. But anyway, besides the point, she did say in some of her posts that Q Sciences just has a better culture and stuff like that. This can be applied to a regular 9-to-5. This can be applied to really anything. Or even if you're a business owner, this can be applied to that. Or if you're a franchise owner, certain businesses, certain jobs are going to be better than others. That's just how it's going to be. The culture is going to be different. So that's something that I can actually relate to. But this is an MLM. Essentially, at the end of the day, all MLMs, in my opinion, are exactly the same. The only difference is the products that they may sell. Some MLM companies might even sell the same type of products, so hair care, skin care, or things like that. But essentially, they are all the same. They have a different comp plan. Some people might be making, I mean, the percentage of people making money might be a little bit higher or lower depending on the MLM. But at the end of the day, they're all the same. They all, if you watch any reaction videos here on YouTube, just watch any of them. It doesn't matter what MLM the rep is in. It's always about recruiting. The product, selling the product is an afterthought. There's a reaction video that I did recently, and there was a Q Sciences rep in there that said it's not a product pushing company. Well, but then that defeats the purpose of it being a multi-level marketing company. At that point, if it's all about recruiting, then isn't that a pyramid scheme? So that's something I wanted to mention with this post. This next post, I can't remember what MLM the rep was in, but as a fellow Libra myself, I know Deanna Mims is also a Libra. So just shout out to all the Libras out there. But she said, this rep, in her Insta story, it says, Libra, the way I detach myself from people is by far the scariest part of me because I can love you to death and never speak to you again. Girl, same. I totally get that. I get it. But her response to that was, this is by far my most toxic trait. However, my favorite trait. If it's not serving my growth, my passion, or my faith, I can't have it around. I'm way too empathetic and I tend to mold my surroundings. And if it's toxic, I won't allow it in my space. Then she asked the question, that's my toxic trait. Can you relate? The thing is I can definitely agree with her on this. However, I know she's using this for her MLM ways. She's using this as a way to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my gosh, it just slipped my brain. But it's almost like she's using this as a way to justify, that's the word I was looking for, to justify getting rid of people out of her life who are most likely telling her, hey, you're in a pyramid scheme, or hey, MLM is not the right way to go. Hey, do you know how predatory MLM companies are? That's just my take on it, because of course we all know that they say get rid of those toxic naysayers, don't listen to the haters, even if it's your friends and your family. You guys have no idea how many, and this is to the MLM reps out there too, if there's MLM reps watching this, y'all have no idea how many times I get DMs or I read a post on, whether it be Reddit. I don't go on Reddit all that often, but when I do, or even the anti-MLM Facebook groups, there is such an intense amount of people who will tell their story and say how I lost my friend to an MLM. I lost my spouse to an MLM. It's so sad to me to see those types of posts and those types of testimonials, because some of these MLM reps, they don't believe that. They don't believe that it can ruin friendships and families and relationships and stuff like that, because they're so indoctrinated into the MLM that they just can't believe that something like that would happen. But it happens all the time. It happens all the time. This next thing isn't really anything to react to, but I wanted to share it because I've shared a few, like, I guess you can kind of say trolling comments or just annoying comments that I've gotten. So I wanted to share a really good comment that I got because I saw it pop up, and I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to respond to you, but it's been a little crazy over the past couple weeks. But this was on my first ever anti-MLM video, the one that I was going to post, and I told myself I would probably delete it after like 24 hours because I didn't want to get all the hate on the video. I was afraid of posting this video. But anyway, it's from a username, and I recognize your username from a very long time. But it's Merla McCorn, and I don't know if I said that properly, but they said, Monica, this is so old now, but YouTube suggested I rewatch it, so here I am. Oh my gosh, you have always been adorable and made great videos, and my, how you've grown. We stand a queen that grows but remains the same at the core. This is something that I tried to say in a recent video where, I don't know if you guys remember, but I got a comment about someone saying, where's my head at? Because I was actually, in a sense, defending, I mean, I wasn't necessarily defending an MLM rep, but I was kind of understanding where she was coming from and understanding that online predators are not good, regardless of what your job is, regardless of if you're in an MLM or you're anti-MLM. I don't think that that's right. I think it's gross. And it was in response to a video that I had. Well, when they said, where's your head at? My response was, my head's been in the same in the same place this entire time. I haven't changed. To the person that watched that first video, I'm so sorry for the audio quality on that one because it was bad. but thank you for that comment. It is nice to get those types of comments here and there, because sometimes you just, like, I just got a trolling comment this morning. So it's really nice when I get to see those types of comments, especially when it's just not expected or it's on an older video where I'm not proud of my older videos. I think they're terrible. They're terrible quality. These next few, I guess you could say, reels that I'm going to react to, I can't play the music because I don't want to get a copyright strike or claim or anything on the video. So I do apologize, but I'm going to have to mute the sound. So let's watch this first one and then we're going to go over the caption. Obviously, we can see that she is pitching the lifestyle in that video because there's showing the, I guess you could say, the cars and the trips, the conventions, the this, the that, and also showing the community. So let's read the caption. Almost 3 years ago, I was presented with an opportunity to change my life. I turned the business offer down initially because I feared I wouldn't be good at something like that. But after 3 months of watching my friend create an incredible future for herself of time, choice, and flexibility, I decided I would give it my best shot. Today, my life is drastically different than it was 3 years ago, and I owe the man upstairs big time for giving me the courage to step outside of my comfort zone. It's never too early or too late to create a life you're excited waking up for. For typical annual earnings statement, visit earnings.arbonne.com. As most of you know, I probably sound like a broken record at this point. Even though I do not practice my religion anymore, I was brought up in a very, very religious household. I cannot stand when they use God, the big man upstairs, whatever you want to call it, or when they use religion as a way to shill their opportunity or the products, the MLM itself. I just cannot stand that, because that's how some people get targeted. Some people get targeted because of their faith. Some people get targeted in church. That's wrong. That is so wrong. That's disgusting. I hate that. I hate it so much. I cannot stand it. But of course, she talks about how almost 3 years ago, she was presented with this new opportunity, and she has since, her life has changed so drastically. But joining an MLM is not going to give these types of results for everybody. This is a very small percentage of people, and I don't remember what her rank is in Arbonne, but this is not typical for consultants or reps, whatever you want to call them. This same rep, though, I found another just pure gold reel that was on her Instagram. So in the beginning, she talked about how the one thing or the best thing that network marketing gave her was community and friendship. Let's take a look at this reel. I will say, even though I can't play the song reminds me of, I can't remember if it was in Matilda or if it was in in My Girl or something like that, but it was from, I think it was Matilda. I'm not 100% sure, but I actually really love that song, and I'll give it to this rep. She's really good at, because she did the last reel as well, she's really good at putting together a good, I guess you could say, cohesive video of her friends, her life, and that would be, to some people, that might be very appealing. The thing that made me laugh about this just a little bit was the caption. Want an authentic community of dreamers, go-getters and life speakers, we've got you covered. How is it authentic? Because most people that I speak to, except for maybe a handful out of the, how long has it been that I've been making this content? Like a year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half. Yeah, a little bit over a year and a half. It'll be 2 years in September. Out of all of this time, I have maybe found a handful of people who are still friends with their upline, with their downline. Everybody else that I've spoken to has been kicked out of the groups almost immediately, has had their uplines or their downlines or whoever in the MLM company talk shit about them behind their back after they leave the MLM. There have been so many horror stories of things happening after someone leaves an MLM, and it's almost as if you're, I guess you can kind of in a sense say it's almost like you're shunned when you leave the MLM. So what is it about the sisterhood that's non-existent? What is it about that that's authentic? There's nothing authentic about it. The reason why I say that is because you would have never known these people if it wasn't for the MLM. You would have never reached out to them if it wasn't for having an ulterior motive of wanting them under you in your downline. Or as just a customer, if you're still out there promoting the product and not just trying to build a team. So there's nothing authentic about it. It's only authentic while you're in it and while you're making people money. As soon as you leave, that's it. That sisterhood, poof, gone. This next person is also an Arbonne rep, so let's take a look at what she has to say. And you cannot convince me that the MLM reps are not the MLM company's best customers, because she's wearing Arbonne merch. If you take a look at her hat, it's got the Arbonne logo on it.
But I wanted to come on here and just share a little bit of my heart. Because guys, like, no matter what you want in this life, you have to work hard for it. Whether it's, at your job, or you want a great relationship, or a great friendship, or have great community. Like, no matter what, you have to work hard for things in life. You don't just get things handed to you, ever, in any circumstance. So yes, I have to work hard to be able to do what I do and get to where I am. You don't just get to the top of the company by half-assing it. Excuse my language, but you don't. But listen, I was going to be working hard anywhere. I was working hard at a job I hated. I worked my butt off. I would take work home with me after work all night, because I that's just me. I work hard and I want to be good at it even though I hated it. So what I want to get at, guys, is like I said, you have to work hard no matter what. But wouldn't you rather work hard for your own dreams, for what you want out of life? Wouldn't you rather work hard to have an impact on thousands and thousands of lives? Wouldn't you rather work hard to leave a legacy for your family? Like, I don't want to work hard for someone else's dream. I'm sorry. I don't want to go clock in and clock out for someone else's dream. I don't want to trade my time for money. I want to work hard for my life, to provide my family with a great life, and provide other people with the same opportunity. So I hope that resonates with you guys. Yes, it's hard work. It's very simple. It is so simple, but it's hard work to get here. But everything in life that you want to be good at or have success at is going to be hard work.
I'll agree with her. There's a lot of things in life that you just have to work hard for it. That's why life isn't easy. Life is hard. Life can be difficult. That's why it's not easy, because for some people you do have to work hard. Are there people that get things, given to them on a silver platter? Yes, there are. But other people do have to work hard. There are also those who will work their asses off, who will work 10 times harder than half the people I know, and they still won't get to where they want to get to. So I'll agree with her that to a point, yes, you do have to work hard for certain things in your life. Life is not easy. But the part about how she doesn't want to work hard for someone else's dream, you do realize that you're still doing that, right? Because you're in Arbonne. You are making other people rich. You're making them filthy rich. You're working hard for someone else's dream, because you're not the owner of Arbonne. You're not the CEO of Arbonne. You're not the founder of Arbonne. You're an independent contractor, a 1099 employee for Arbonne. So please tell me again how that's not still working hard for someone else's dream. if we want to compare it to our small business, for example, we don't have to answer to anybody. It's our business. We're in charge of everything for our business. So we're actually working for our dreams. We're not working for someone else's dream. But at the same time, there is absolutely nothing wrong with not being your own business owner. It can be stressful at times. Some people don't want that kind of stress. Some people want stability and they want to make a certain type of salary a year, maybe even make some commissions on top of that. And working a 9-to-5 office job is what they want to do. There is nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with if you want to work in retail or if you want to work in the food industry or whatever the case may be. Another thing too, and this is something that really frustrates me too, is that these reps, they almost make it seem like, and this is just how I'm viewing it, so I'm not trying to make like a generalized statement, but some of these reps really make it seem like multi-level marketing, network marketing, social selling, direct sales, whatever you want to call it, because they like to call it something different every single day. Whatever you want to call it. But they like to make it seem like that is the only way to go in life. That is the only way you're going to succeed in life. And that is the only good job in this world. That's the only good thing. But last time I checked, we need doctors, because what happens if you get sick? What happens if you hurt yourself? You're gonna need a doctor or a surgeon or a specialist or whoever. What happens if you have a pipe that bursts in your home? You're gonna need a plumber, because unless if you know how to fix it yourself, you're gonna need a plumber. We need plumbers. We need mechanics, because you need, in order for you to drive to and from some of these locations that you're going to, or if you're flying from here to some island, you need people that know how to work on planes, how to fix them so that you can get to these places. So multi-level marketing or the network marketing industry is not the only way to go, because some of them actually say that this is like the best job in the world. It's the only job to ever have and blah, 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 because I have seen that said before. Not all of them say that, but we need other people in this world. We need other professions in this world. We need people in trades. We need people who work at the 9-to-5 office job, because guess what? Arbonne, the company that you work for, that you're contracted with, you do realize that that company would also not run without the people on the other side of things, on the corporate side of things, you know, the customer service reps that you have to talk to or your customers talk to. How about the people who are keeping up with your websites and everything? So the web developers, all of that, the help desk, all of that, shipping, the scientists and everyone that's behind creating the products. You need all of those people. So I know that was kind of a little bit of a rant. I'm very sorry. This next rep, I can't remember how to pronounce it. Oh my gosh. Cian or something like that. It used to be mascara, but now they rebranded and everything. I have not looked into this company. I know that the Recovering Humbot has looked into it quite a bit. I know that Isabella Lanter has also done some videos on this company, and I can't remember how to say it. I'm so sorry, guys. But this is, I'm assuming, a higher ranking rep, and let's just see what she has to say. What I will say is that for someone who's in a makeup MLM, she actually has really pretty makeup. It's very, I mean, you guys can't see it because I blurred out her face, but she has very just like a natural look going. But I mean, all of the women that I have reacted to so far today are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But let's read what she had to say in the caption here. And it says, and that's a recap of the last 2 years of my life. Every moment of doubt, frustration, and struggle has been worth it. I am extremely grateful for all the sacrifices we and others made to help us over the past few years, and it's crazy to see how everything lines up exactly how it was meant to. In the moment, you may feel scared, insecure, and alone, but I promise the journey is worth it. Don't mistake passion for fear and see the opportunities to change and grow that are right in front of you. This is one of those opportunities. This is your sign to get curious and start believing in all that you're capable of. Comment change below for more info on what I do as an artist, or send me a message. So I guess they call their reps artists, because I did hear her say this, because I did take a look at her Instagram because I thought she was actually super pretty. And she does have, surprisingly, for someone who's higher ranking, she has a ton of makeup tutorials on her Instagram. So she is actually talking about the products. She's actually selling the products and stuff. Of course, she's also recruiting, but I will give it to her that she does have a lot of makeup tutorials and stuff like that on her Instagram. However, if we want to take a look at a few of the, just some of the text that was put up on this reel, the first one said, working 2 full-time jobs, move in with in-laws, buy some makeup to feel good about yourself, or good about myself, realizing I've peaked in my career, start selling makeup while working 2 full-time jobs and pregnant. Then the last text that was on the screen, it said, 2 years later, leading a team of 150 women, more confident and driven, home with my kids, top company recruiter, financially secure, helping hundreds of women. So of course, she has a massive team. But I will say, even though, yes, she did talk about recruiting, I have to give her props for also talking about the product, because we don't see that very often. It wasn't in this reel in particular, but as I already said, her Instagram is filled with makeup tutorials. So I don't know if that's something that only she does, or if that's something that the company encourages for them to do, so that it's more about the products and not recruiting, because a lot of these MLMs, they're always talking about recruiting. This reel is a Beachbody coach. Let's take a look at this one. So the text was talking about how she went from being a full-time substitute to working from home. The caption says, this was the toughest year, but we made it. The feeling is bittersweet, especially at a school where I not only have my mom there every day, but also coworkers and kids who I will miss with my entire heart. I've had many tears, laughs, moments of wanting to pull my hair out, warm hugs, and triumphs than any year combined, but totally made it worth it. I will miss you, the name of the school, but this mama is now a full-time coach, business owner, living out her dreams to be a stay-at-home mama to her child. I've always dreamed of this moment, turning in my keys, saying goodbye, and giving my whole heart to live out my passion of helping women find peace in their health and fitness journey, and continuing to build a team of inspiring leaders through mentorship, helping them build a business as I did. Today is the day, and I'm incredibly grateful, thankful, and blessed. P.S. I love you at certain person. I will say that I'm happy that she didn't shit on teachers or having a teaching job or anything like that. We need teachers. We do. Teachers aren't paid enough, at least here in the US. I don't know about other countries. But at the same time, how was it your dream to become a Beachbody coach? How was that a dream? Because when I was younger, this is a little tidbit, little story time. When I was in first grade, I loved my first grade teacher so much, and her and I actually kept in contact over the years. I even went to, when I was in college, I went to the school, and I went to her, I think at that point she was teaching second grade. I brought munchkins in for the kids and all that kind of stuff. I read to the kids and everything. So her and I kept in contact over the years because I just loved her so much. She was my favorite teacher of all time. So, and anyway, I loved her. But because of her, I actually, for the longest time, you know, when they ask you when you're growing up, like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? And kids will say things like, I want to be an astronaut or a firefighter or a police officer or a teacher or this or that. Well, I always said that I wanted to be a teacher because of my first grade teacher. She made that big of an impact on me. But I'm glad that she didn't make it seem like teachers are terrible or that trying to diminish their work or anything like that, because teachers make a huge, huge impact. There are teachers that I still keep in contact with from high school. Not all of them, but there are specific ones that, I mean, I have one from high school who I love her. She just recently commented on my pregnancy announcement, and she knows my husband too because we both went to the same high school. So it's one of those things where teachers make an impact and they can change your life. That teacher from my high school was there for me at a really, really tough time where I was really just having a tough time with school, with people, with body image, all of that. And she was there for that. And I'll never forget that the heart to hearts that we had. So they make an impact. And I just wanted to thank this rep for not making it seem like teachers don't matter. But at the same time, I don't think that it was this person's dream to be a Beachbody coach. Maybe it was their dream to be able to stay home with their child, because obviously that was part of the caption. They wanted to stay home with their child. So maybe part of their dream was being able to stay home with their child and being able to work from home and being a business owner. I think a lot of these MLMs, they do tend to kind of speak to the hearts of people who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to be able to build something from the comfort of their own home, who want to be business owners, and who want to work on their own time. But we know statistically, MLMs are not the way to go for that. We know that. So that's just what I wanted to say about this reel, because I find it very, very hard to believe that her dream was to become a Beachbody coach. I can see the dream being to help people, but I'm not gonna lie. When I was in Beachbody, I genuinely, whether you guys want to believe this or not, I genuinely wanted to help people who were in the mindset that I was before starting Beachbody, because before Beachbody, I didn't feel good. I was very just lazy. I wasn't very active. I was really, really out of shape. And once I started doing Beachbody, I started to become more active. I started to eat a little bit better. Of course, the eating turned into, I had to stop the 21-day fixed diet because it wasn't enough for me in a day. I was working out too much for that little of a calorie intake. So anyway, in the beginning of the process, I felt really good with Beachbody. And then towards the end, that's when I was like, okay, this is kind of not good for me. This isn't healthy for me anymore. But I genuinely wanted to help people who were struggling to get back on a healthy regimen, who were struggling to get back. Because I think for me, what really helped me with Beachbody was the fact that we had those accountability groups, that we had the groups where the coach would go in there, everyone would kind of interact with the coach, everyone would kind of cheer each other on. So I genuinely wanted to help people. That was my goal. And that was Zero. She just woke up from her nap. So I can understand where she's coming from with that. But it was never my dream to be a Beachbody coach by any means. This next post, sorry, I just sneezed off camera. So if my nose is very nasally or if my eyes are weird, that's why. This is going to be yet another team of Beachbody coaches. So let's just watch this one. So obviously, as you can tell, these last two Beachbody videos were of the same trending thing on Instagram Reels where they do the little thing and they walk out with their arms up or whatever. So, and I'm sorry, but I can't play any of the music, but The caption reads, "The secrets to success in this career: 1, just start; 2, consistency; 3, time. The ways to fail in social selling: 1, never starting; 2, being inconsistent; 3, giving up too soon. I'm about to celebrate my 5-year coach anniversary on June 29th. I started out, it'll be after that once this video goes up. I started out strong on the retail side of things, but for a while it was me, myself, and I. I think we leaders do a disservice by not sharing our work are hard enough." I don't really know what she meant by that. Not setting expectations in that way. Most of the time you rank advance, then you drop. Interesting that you would say that. You might hit a goal 1 month and miss it the next. It's about evolving and growing and learning and failing forward. It's totally normal to feel like you're on an island by yourself at the beginning. It's totally normal to wonder if anyone is ever going to see this the way you see it. But when you stick it out consistently over time, believing that she exists and you can help her, that's when the magic happens. So clearly, as you can tell by that, it is about recruiting, because it shows some of the people on her team, talks about that kind of a thing, helping people, blah, blah, blah. But the secrets to success in network marketing that she talked about: 1, just start; 2, consistency; 3, time. Those aren't secrets to success. This is what frustrates me so much about these MLM companies and uplines and stuff like that, is they talk about how, oh yeah, we'll give you all the training you need to be successful in this business and blah, blah, blah. But how are those 3 things going to make you successful? No, that's not how it works. There is so much more to it than that. So yeah, those aren't secrets to success. This next comment that I got from one of you, I have to share it because I thought it was hilarious. On a recent reaction video that I did, if you guys remember, and if I remember, I'll try to link all the videos that I talk about in the description box or up in the cards on whatever side it's going to be on. But if I don't, I'm so sorry. So there was this video that I reacted to, and it was for Plexus. It was a before and after of a woman who was wearing a red tank top with a sunflower on it, and she was holding a pink drink. That was posted in one of these buy, sell group classified Facebook groups in my town. And what I found hilarious, now keep in mind, I live in Florida. So one of you commented and said, I was the one who actually posted the Plexus one on Reddit. I'm in some buy sell groups because I refurbish and sell furniture, and she posted on one of those groups. I definitely reported her. It was outrageous to see all those health claims. So I responded with the before and after picture one. I actually found that on Facebook myself because I'm in some groups too. Wow, small world. Because I didn't see that on Reddit. I saw that in a local group. Then the person responded and said, small world, I posted it on Reddit a little while ago and thought you saw my post. I must have heard you wrong. I won't say where, but are you in California? It would be super weird if it was posted in different states. And then I just wanted to make sure that we were still referring to the same exact post because I could not believe it. I mean, I could believe it, but I also didn't want to believe it at the same time. But I said, if you're referring to the before and after of the lady with the red tank, no, that was posted in a group here in Florida. One of you responded, yeah, the lady in the red sunflower shirt about Plexus and the pink drink. I saw it in a group here in California. I guess that's one they copy and paste across the MLM. My response was that I'm going to pin the comment because this is too funny and messed up all at the same time. I can't say I'm shocked because if I'm remembering correctly in my Valentis deep dive, the rep tried to use it before and after and say it was Valentis, and then they got called out for it. The response to that was, I seriously thought maybe you lived by me, but you're right. It shouldn't be shocking that these Plexus Huns are out here across the country making the same exact outrageous health claims. When I read them in my Facebook feed, my jaw dropped. The pink drink can cure PCOS and depression. I reported the poster in my area ASAP, which is something that you guys should be doing. You should be reporting things like this, especially when you see claims. And I did, in my video about my hair thinning, I went through the process of how to report people to the FTC, and I did also show how to report to the Florida Attorney General as well. So it's super easy to do all of those things, but I just thought it was so, I could believe it, but then I couldn't believe it at the same time, because we're clearly in two completely different states. California is all the way over there. Florida is all the way over here. So I just found that to be very interesting, and I had to share that because what an MLM fail that is. The last and final reel that we're going to watch is going to be from an It Works rep. If you noticed, she had the It Works income disclosure statement pop up for less than a millisecond. So let's read her caption. It says, "That would have been the most expensive no I would have ever said. Being my own boss is priceless. The best decision I ever made was choosing to live the life I was called to live. 5 years ago, I found the vehicle to do just that, and I've never looked back." So joining It Works was the best decision, and this is a life that you were called to live. That actually makes me a little sad, because these reps make it seem like they give these MLM companies way too much credit. They credit the MLMs for helping them with their finances, which finances isn't really that big of a deal to talk about, because if you are paying off debt, if you are able to do that while you're in an MLM, I mean, that's very shocking, because not many people get to that point. But at the same time, you're crediting working for someone that it cured your depression, or it did this, it helped you in a tough time, you were at a vulnerable state when you were recruited, and this opportunity made your life so much better. When in reality, it's you that's doing the work. You're the one that's doing the hard work. And if you're not seeking out therapy, maybe what's happening is you're so focused on building your business that is what is helping you kind of put everything else on the back burner and stuff like that. And that's not really healthy either. Now, I'm not an expert or a doctor or anything like that by any means, so please don't take any kind of health advice from me. I will always say that if you're struggling with something like that, please seek out professional help. But it makes me so sad that these reps credit the MLM so much when not everyone is going to get, because this person's very, very high ranking. I've reacted to her before, but if we want to take a look at the 2019 income disclosure statement, where is it? Sorry, I had to zoom in on this, but it says the average monthly income for all distributors, active and inactive, in 2019 was $183. And if we take a look at the percentage of distributors who are at the very bottom, there's 85.94% of all distributors and 83.5% of active distributors. Their monthly average is $48, but as you can see, the distributor monthly high and low are completely different. So what I would love to see going forward with these income disclosure statements is not just an average, but also the median of the two numbers, because I think that would give it would give a better picture of what these reps are actually making. So there's that. And if we look at all of the other higher ranking people, most of the people are at distributor level. The ones that are under 1% start at double diamond and go all the way up to ambassador diamond. So that's just, yeah, I don't see how It Works is someone's calling in life. How is it your calling in life to work hard, to work your ass off for someone else, while under the guise of thinking that you're your own business owner? Let me move into the middle because I'm done with the reaction portion of this. But I don't see how that's someone's calling. And it makes me very sad for some of these people, because some of these reps that I see are really great at what they do. And they would be so successful in their own business. They would be, oh, that's a big stretch, Lily. Such a big stretch. But they would be so successful in building their own real business. And they're worth so much more than their MLM. That's what makes me so sad, is that these women don't realize their worth. And I hope that one day some of these reps will wake up and see that they're worth more than this MLM, that they credit the MLM way too much. They're the ones that did the hard work, not the MLM company. The MLM company is just reaping the benefits of your hard work, of you busting your ass. So that is my video for today. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway. Bye.